A good morning to you, great please. Today we are doing heritage and we are looking at entitlements or rights and responsibilities of children. We are looking at entitlements or rights and responsibilities of children. So all we have to know that as children, there are things in life that you need for you to live happily. Do you agree with me that there are things that you need as children so that you can live happily? And in turn, yes, and in turn, you students are also expected to do some things. In turn, you are also expected to do some things. When we are talking about you children needing some things for you to live happily, when I am talking about needs, I am talking about things that you can do without. Things that you can't do without. You really need these things. So these are needs. And in turn, I said you are expected to do some things. These are called responsibilities. So while you expect adults to do some things for you, that you have got right to those things, you have got entitlement to those things, you as children are expected to be responsible in turn. Okay, so what are these rights that the children are expected to have? Can we discuss those things in life that you cannot do without? What are those? Some other things I can do without yogurt, I can do without ice cream, but there are some things that I cannot do without. Yes, Kanyis, such as
Shelter.
shelter. Yes, we can't live outside there because the rains, the sun, they will attack us, isn't it? Even the animals. So you have the right to shelter, one. Number two, the right to what? Yes, Agatha.
Education.
Yes, the right to education. So the parents should make sure that you go to school and get educated. Yes, Michelle? Michelle, another right is?
Teacher, I wanted to say education.
There are so many, Michelle. Come up with one. Yes, tell us the other one. Michelle.
Food.
Yes, they've got the right to food. Nobody can live without food, isn't it? Yes, Skaniso, another one.
Clothes. Clothes.
Clothes, yes. So we have got four. We have got four there. We have got the right to food because we cannot survive without food. The right to clothes, you cannot walk around naked. And number three, the right to shelter. You should have somewhere where you stay, where you can sleep and do all those other things, protecting you from the rains, from the sun, from the wind, from animals. And also the right to education so that you can have a bright future. And there is also something else that the children need. It is the Yes, Michelle. It is the what?
A right to health.
To health, yes. And something that I need, because that thing is very important for children. Okay, it is the right to a birth certificate. I want you to say birth certificate together. Can you say
Birth
certificate? Hmm?
birth certificate.
Yes, Agatha, can you say it?
Certificate.
Okay, can you say it again? I didn't get you.
Birth certificate.
Yes, birth
Birth
certificate.
certificate.
Okay, and Michelle? Say,
Birth certificate.
yes, birth certificate. You can pronounce that. And on page 43, we have got a sample of a birth certificate, how it looks like. Have you seen your birth certificate?
Yes.
Yes, you have seen them, isn't it? Agatha, have you seen your birth certificate? If you haven't, ask mommy to show you so that you know what we are talking about after the lesson. And okay, a birth certificate is one of the documents in Zimbabwe that have got a coat of arms at the top. If you don't know the coat of arms, you see it on your birth certificate. And what is there on the birth certificate? What is there? What are the contents of the birth certificate? What do you see there? Michelle? Michelle, what do you see on
Her name. Her
yes,
name.
yes, it has got your name. And what else? Ka, what else is on that birth certificate?
The date of when you were born.
Yes, very good. Your date of birth, yes. And what else, Agatha? Agatha?
I wanted to say your date of birth.
Yes, can we talk about something else? There are so many things there. They also have got your ID number. You children who were born in 2000 and above, they've got an ID number at the top. That is the number that you are going to use to take an ID. And it also has got your place of birth, and it also has got your parents' names, your father's name, and their ID, your mother's name and their ID. They are there on the birth certificate. Even where you come from, it is also there. Okay, and we use this birth certificate to register for grade 7, for form 4, that is ordinary level, and also for advanced level, which is form 6. When you are writing examinations, you register using the birth certificate. So you need that birth certificate so that you can also write your examinations. Are we together? Yes.
Yes.
Also, he said we are together. Agatha and Kani, so are we together?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we
Yes.
are done with these entitlements or the rights that children have. So, and now we are moving to responsibilities of children. Remember, I said, when you are expecting to have some things that you need in life, when you expect your parents to provide with those needs, you have got some responsibilities. There are some things that you are expected to do after getting or receiving those rights. Let's take, for example, the right to education. The parents, they pay your fees, they look for a place for you in schools there where you can go, they buy the uniforms, they give you books, lunch boxes, and they take you to school. In 10, are expected to do what? After they've bought the uniforms, looked for a place for you, paying your fees, taking you to school, what are you expected to do after that? What is your responsibility as a child? What is your responsibility as a child? When you are left at school, sir, are you left just to sit on the chair and then eat your food in the lunch box and you go back home? Agatha, just eat, you wear your uniform, go to school, eat your food, go to play, and then you go back home.
We'll have to learn.
Yes, you are supposed to learn and do what? When you are learning, you are listening to the teacher and you are also writing some things, isn't it? Yes, and then after school, towards the end of school, the teacher gives you what? The teacher gives you what? Yes, Michelle?
Homework.
Yes, the teacher gives you homework, and it is your duty to write that homework. That's a responsibility. Are we together, Agatha?
Yes.
Yes, so in other words, we are saying each right comes with a responsibility. Each right comes with a responsibility. So you have the right to education, but you are also responsible for learning, reading, writing, and also doing homework. Okay. And a responsible child is number one, obedient to parents, to teachers, and also to leaders. And a responsible child is obedient to parents, to teachers, and to leaders. When we are saying obedient, we are saying you should obey. You should obey. You should listen and do what you are asked to do by your parents, by your teachers, and by your leaders. You find that we also have got leaders in at school, like prefects and monitors. You also have to be obedient to them. And number two, a responsible child is supposed to be respectful of parents and also teachers, elders, and your peers. Your peers, the people that you are learning with, the people that are in school. Okay. And a responsible child should also be helpful all the time. Should also be helpful all the time. So you are supposed to be helpful to others if they need your help, and also to teachers if they need your help. If I want you to help me to carry some books, and if I want to send you somewhere, you should be helpful, and also your peers, if they need your help, if they don't understand what they are doing, you should also help them. And an obedient, and a responsible child is also supposed to be hardworking, both at home and at school. Hardworking, both at home and at school. At home, you are supposed to help around, you are supposed to wash some dishes, you are supposed even to sweep, you are supposed to learn how to cook. And at school, you are also supposed to be hardworking, doing all your work, and also reading, studying. And you are also supposed to be honest all the time. You are supposed to be honest all the time, always tell the truth. And you are also supposed to be loyal to your family, to school, community, and country. You are also supposed to be loyal to your school, to your family, community, and in the country. And lastly, you are supposed to be proud of your family, proud of your school. You are supposed to be proud of your community and proud of your country. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And now we want to talk about gender equity in the community. Gender equity in the community. Remember, in Fareme, we were also talking about gender roles. That long ago, there are certain there is certain work or roles that girls used to do, like cooking, laundry, and sweeping. They were known as girls' duties. And also herding cattle or herding animals, milking animals, and also hunting. These were duties that were known for boys. Boys used to do this, but now we have got equal responsibilities. You can do, girls can do boys' work, whilst boys can also do girls' work. We can see girls herding cattle, we can see girls milking cows, we can see girls also washing cars, digging in the garden. And whilst boys are also now cooking, washing clothes, and also doing anything. So the government is encouraging boys and girls to do the same duties. That's what we call gender equity. Gender equity, which means we are doing equal things. And then I'm going to read very quickly. Can you listen very attentively? Can you listen attentively? This that I'm going to read, and you are going to answer some questions after this. My name is Chipo. I am 50 years old. I grew up at a time when girls did all the household duties like sweeping, cooking, and fetching firewood. During that time, girls were allowed to learn, read, and write only. Secondary school education was for boys. So, which means grade 1 to grade 7, that's for girls. You were supposed to learn up to grade 7 so that you are able to read and write only. You shouldn't go to secondary school. And then listen, this was Chipo, who is 50 years old. Now we are looking at Shalati. I am Shalati. I am 9 years old. Like, I am 9 years old, like Skaniso. Okay, like Skaniso, Michelle, and Agatha. I don't know if you are 9 years old. Some are still 8 years old. You are 8 years old. Okay. I have one sister and two brothers. We all do the same duties with my brothers, like sweeping, watering, cooking, and cutting firewood. We all go to the same school. I like doing woodwork. My brother is very good at food and nutrition. I'm reading quickly the two passages for the last time. My name is Chipo. I am 50 years old. I grew up at a time when girls did all the household duties like sweeping, cooking, and fetching firewood. During that time, girls were allowed to learn to read and write only. Secondary school education was for boys. I am Salati. I am 9 years old. I have one sister and two brothers. We all do the same duties with my brothers, like sweeping, watering, cooking, and cutting firewood. We all go to the same school. I like doing woodwork. My brother is very good at food and nutrition. What have you learned? What are the differences between Chipo and Shalati there? Michelle?
A cheaper, they say a cheaper. Long ago, girls used to only learn to write and to read, and boys will learn at secondary school education.
Yes, that's during Chipo's time. That is during Chipo's time. Okay. And how about during Shalat's time? Okay, Kyle, listen, can you log out and then log in? It's your time. It's not your time. Okay. Yes, Agatha. Agatha. Kyle, I said log out. It's time for grade 3s. It's not yet time for grade 2. Okay. Yes, Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle.
During Shalati time, they now boys and girls now do the same job.
Yes, during Shalat's time, which is your time now, girls and boys are now doing the same jobs. And can you see that woodwork used to be done by Aga. Woodwork used to be done by boys or girls. Kanyis. Woodwork used to be done by where you are dealing with wood. It used to be for what? Kanyis?
Boys.
Yes, for boys. And then food and nutrition. This is cooking. It's used to be for Agatha. Agatha.
For girls.
Yes, it used to be for girls. But now Shalat's brother is doing food and nutrition, whilst Shalati is doing woodwork. So this shows that there is gender equity now. Okay, can you see that, Mishi?
Yes.
Yes, and they
Yes.
family also sweep all of them, both boys and girls. They sweep, they cook, and they can cut firewood. It is not only boys or girls' job. Okay, we had such an interesting lesson, and I'm going to upload exercise A, which is on page 44, and also exercise B on page 46. And you are going to answer those on page, okay, on page 46, it's number 1 to 5, and 44, it's number 1 to 3. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.